What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl, Gospel Girl, and today I have an update on this whole UVA shooting. The suspect is in custody, and the 3 students that were killed are named. So we're gonna go ahead and get right on into this right now. And I want to send my prayers and condolences to the victims that passed away at the hands of Christopher Jones Jr. And I also want to send some prayers and thoughts to the ones that are recovering from the wounds that he also had a part in. Even though those two were not fatally wounded, but they were still wounded, and they are going to be mentally wounded for a while. A student suspected in the shooting at the University of Virginia that left 3 members of the football team dead and 2 others injured is in custody. Virginia Police Chief Timothy Longo said authorities secured an arrest warrant charging Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. with 3 counts of second-degree murder and 3 counts of using a handgun in the alleged commission of a felony following the deaths of Deshaun Perry, Devin Chandler, and Lavelle Davis Jr. And like I said before, my prayers and condolences to these 3 young men's family. The identities of the 2 injured victims that were hospitalized were not shared during the news conference. One is in good condition and the other is in critical condition. And that was said by the president of UVA, Jim Ryan. Now, Jones, who's 22 years old, was taken into custody by the police in Richmond, Virginia, without incident just before 11 a.m., about 75 miles southeast of the UVA campus. And that was also said by the department. He was a former member of the school's football team. He was listed on the 2018 roster shared on the official website of the Virginia Cavaliers, but did not appear on the roster in any of the following seasons. Now, the shooting unfolded on a school bus returning from seeing a play. Now, at first they said it happened in the parking garage of Culbreth Road near the school's drama building around 10:30 p.m. Sunday. And that was said in a tweet by the UVA Office of Emergency Management. Now, Jim Ryan said in a news conference Monday morning that the shooting unfolded on a school bus full of students returning from a field trip. The trip was to see a play in Washington, D.C. and was associated with a class. And that was said by the officials. Now, Jim Ryan identified the victims as Perry, a 4th-year student from Miami, Chandler, a 2nd-year student from Virginia Beach, and Davis, a 3rd-year student from South Carolina. A manhunt was launched, but the suspect and students were issued earlier warnings to run, hide, and fight and shelter in place. A search was conducted on, off, and around the campus grounds earlier on Monday. The university's emergency management office also said involving multiple agencies, including a Virginia State Police helicopter. Now, the shelter-in-place order was lifted around 10:30 a.m. after a thorough search on and around the grounds. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives said earlier Monday it was assisting in the investigation. This is a message that any leader hopes never to have to send, and I am devastated that this violence has visited the University of Virginia. And that was sent in an email to all the students by Jim Ryan. Okay, so he was once on the football team. The school was told he had a gun. Now, during the search, UVA Police Department warned people to not approach the suspect, who was considered armed and dangerous, and they shared his photo. The same photo appears on a profile for Jones on the Virginia Cavaliers 2018 football roster. The profile says he did not appear at any of the games that year. Now, his mother, who is identified in public records as Margot Ellis, told NBC News in a phone call Monday that her son has lived with his grandmother since he was 16 and that she didn't know any of his whereabouts or what might have contributed to the shooting. So I want to know what was going on there. Officials explained Monday that Jones had landed on the radar of school authorities in the past years. Longo said Monday that in September, the UVA Office of Student Affairs received information that Jones had made a comment about possessing a gun to a person unaffiliated with the university. The office flagged that to a multidisciplinary threat assessment team affiliated with the UVA. All right. Now, Longo said the comment about Jones owning a gun was not made in conjunction with any other threats. The office followed up with the person who flagged the concern and with Jones' roommate who did not report seeing the weapon. It's not clear how the matter was handled or resolved. The threat assessment team also looked into Jones in relation with a hazing investigation, a case that was eventually closed because witnesses would not cooperate with the process. It's not clear when the alleged hazing incident took place, and that was also said by Longo. Now, Longo said the team's investigation also led them to learn about a criminal incident involving Jones in February of 2021 involving a concealed weapon violation outside of Charlottesville. Now, Jones did not report the incident to the school as per protocol. The university has taken appropriate administrative charges and that the matter is still pending. And that was what Jim Ryan had said. The victims' football players for the Virginia Cavaliers. Now, Davis, he was 20 years old, was a wide receiver on the Virginia Cavaliers' current roster. He was set to graduate in December and was a beloved first child and a role model to his younger brother and sister. His father, Thaddeus Lavelle Davis, told NBC News. The father said he was heartbroken. I lost my baby. This is my firstborn child, he said, adding that his son would, who could light up a room just with a smile, was focused on school, football, and his family. Their family from Charleston, South Carolina, was heading to the UVA campus. The grieving father said he learned the news of his son's death Monday morning after receiving a call from his wife while he was at work, but didn't know exactly what transpired in the shooting. He said he last talked to his son Saturday and wished he could have told him one last time, "I love you, son." This is really heartbreaking. It really is. It's really heartbreaking. An attorney for Perry's parents, Happy and Sean Perry, issued a statement thanking the South Florida and the Charlottesville communities for the outpouring of support during this impossible tragic time. Right now, Happy and Sean will not speak publicly about the incident as their grief is only beginning, and out of respect for the UVA community, which has been terrorized by another mass shooting in the United States. And that was said by the attorney, Michael Haggard. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin said in a statement Monday that he and his wife are praying for UVA community. Virginia State Police is fully coordinating with UVA Police Department and local authorities, he said. The White House also issued a statement on the shooting on Monday. The president and the first lady are mourning with UVA community after yet another deadly shooting in America has taken the lives of 3 young people. Our deepest condolences are with the countless families, friends, and neighbors grieving those killed as well as those injured in this senseless shooting. And that was said in a statement. I'm sitting here right now looking at 3 pictures of these young men that were, murdered by Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. And these were some handsome men, beautiful smiles, handsome men, and they're gone just like that by the hands of Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. My heart goes out to their families, I tell you. I just, whew, mm-mm-mm. Now, as I read other articles, here is something else that I want to point out to you guys. Now, a source that who knows Jones was asked not to be named, told the Daily Beast that he had been bullied at UVA, and it was bad. In a 2018 article on Jones, the Richmond Times-Dispatch painted a picture of a difficult childhood characterized by a fractured family, school fighting, and suspicions. Jones told the outlet that his father leaving when Jones was just 5 years old was one of the most traumatic things that happened to me. The piece added that Jones attended an alternative school where he was able to avoid bullying, and that he had moved in with his grandmother in Petersburg in 2016 after the relationship with his mother deteriorated. It's also said that in the 2 years before he started at UVA, mentors helped him let go of his anger. Tracy Baines' daughter attended Petersburg High School with Jones, and both knew him well, she said. This is so out of character, so very, very out of character, Baines told the Daily Beast on Monday. And when I say that, I'm not saying it to demean or erase the tragedy that has occurred, but I know a different Chris. A shocked Tracy Baines, through tears, said Jones had been a teen who did well in school and worked to help out at home. I know a Chris who helped take care of his grandmother, who helped take care of his family, Baines continued. I know a Chris who got a scholarship to UVA, and it's just tragedy. It's a tragedy for all those involved. However, she said she hadn't spoke to Jones since he got to UVA in 2018 and has no knowledge of what transpired there. It makes it more hurtful for me because my first cousin was killed Thursday in gun violence. Man. So it just seems like Christopher Jones had a lot of stuff going on. And the person that said that they didn't want to be named, they said that he was bullied pretty badly in UVA. Now, I'm not saying that these 3 young men that died had anything to do with it, because I don't know. But, he doesn't have a relationship with his father. His relationship with his mother deteriorated, so he only had his grandmother. And you just don't know what his whole life was like. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, I am not taking anything away from the victims' families, because this is horrible. It's a tragedy. But what I would like to know, and I hope Chris open up and tell, the authorities why he did this. What happened? Why did he do what triggered him to go off this way? And I really do hope he open up and tell the authorities what happened. This is just sad all the way around. It is just sad. Well, all right, you guys, that's all I have right now. If anything else come up, I will let you guys know. Thank you for being on top of this with me. Thank you Thank you, Shauna, honey, for posting that video, and because I was already on it when you posted. Listening to all the videos that's out there, like the news videos and reading articles, it's just a lot. It's just really sad, and I hate that this happened. For everyone, I really do hate that this happened. All right, you guys, I will talk to you later, and have a good one.